So who am I? Who is this karma creating self, this human body that I live inside of? At the level of the body's identity, we have certain attributes that we consider are hard and fast. I created this artwork in the form of an I, because the I, the self, the I that I am, can be this body. And this body that I live in is mortal. It was born, and it is said to die. It is limited in life, in energy, in resources. It's also separate. It seems to be separate from everything else and everyone else. And it thinks it's separate from everything that surrounds it. And this body is unique. It's special. I look different from everybody else. I have my own unique attributes. And that's a piece of who we think we are in the body. And I am also concerned. I want things just the way I want them, when I want them, and how I want them. I want to organize the world so it'll make me happy, and I want to make sure that everybody else is doing the things so I can be happy. So this self that I am as the body is also a doer. I'm the one who takes action. I'm going to get it done. I'm the one who's creating the karma. I'm the one that makes things happen here. I'm the source of my power. I'm the source of everything in my life. And I am just human at the same time. Oh, I'm only human. I can only do so much. So that's who we think we are in the body. Actually, that's not true at all. It is just a piece or a reflection of who we truly are. The self is in another order from who we truly are. This self is in another order from who we truly are. So who is the self beyond the just human self? Who is the self that is beyond karma? I am consciousness. I am whole and complete. I am everywhere in all things. I am underneath and behind and within absolutely everything. I am unborn. I exist outside of the physical world and time. I was never born. I will never die. I can never be harmed. I can never be hurt. I am limitless. Nothing limits me. I can go anywhere. I can be anywhere. I am without limit. No matter what happens in this body, I am without limit. So I want you to try an exercise here. If you can, and if it's safe, close your eyes. So with your eyes closed, imagine you were on the moon. And then imagine you were at the North Pole. And then imagine you're at the bottom of the ocean. And then imagine you are at the farthest edge of the universe. Now you can open your eyes. And when you pictured all those things, I imagine you were there pretty quickly in creation of those things. So you, as consciousness, were there in all those places. You were not limited in where you were in those few moments. And our world is like that. We think we're captured in this body, but we aren't. You know, our thoughts wander off. I spent a lot of my life with thoughts other than in my body and in this place, as many of us perhaps do in schoolrooms when we're gazing out the window. So we are limitless. We are also, getting back to the list here, non-dual. We are non-two. We are one without a second. And we are eternal. We are never born. We won't die. We are always and forever unchanging. And we are ordinary. We are the most common, average thing ever. It's everything is me. And that's why we can't see it. That's why we can't taste it or touch it. And it's frustrating as all get out, because we're all looking for this magical thing that's already here. It's already who we are. So if we can remember that, it's the most common thing. It's closer than your hands and feet. That's who we are. That's who you are. And we are unconcerned. We are not attached to what happens here in the physical realms. We don't have an opinion about things at this level. And we are actionless. We take no actions. I consciousness make actions possible at another level, but I of myself take no actions. I cannot be turned into an object ever. That is who I am as awareness and consciousness. So, as this self, as consciousness, we are outside of the ownership for our creations in service to the source or to the one. We are God's hands and feet and eyes and ears and speech, because consciousness has not got those things of its own. The true answer to who I am behind everything is that I am awareness. I am consciousness. I am untouched by all that occurs in my body, and yet I make all that is manifested possible. And the way fire is hot and sugar is sweet, I am awareness. I am consciousness. Awareness is my essence. And this is rare and precious knowledge. Very, very important to understand who we are, because this is the key to moving beyond suffering. This is the key to moving beyond karma. Our challenge is to understand this simple reframing of our divine essence and our unique role as one of many. And by realizing that the body may suffer, and yet I still remain free, we have a little place of learning, an opportunity to move out of our capture, our imprisonment in the body, and in our imprisonment by what happens to us. The body is within me, and what happens to the body does not happen to me. And if I can just remember that for a nanosecond as I'm dealing with something in this world, there is a stepped down impact that it has on me in the body. And it's a very potent and powerful way to move beyond the body, to move into the greater understanding of who I truly are. When we understand our consciousness, ourselves as consciousness, it is a means of overcoming the world. So, understanding karma asks us to shift our premise for action and thought to our soul's knowing of our innate worthiness, our wholeness, and our unity with all things that are around us. Our body is like a counter over which we do business in the world. You know, it's hard to see others suffer. And Jesus said once to me, "Dance through your role with lightness of heart, knowing everyone lives in the end just exactly what they wanted and their soul wanted for them." And, you know, through interactions with this world, its people and the events that happen, we learn spiritual lessons that help our souls grow in wisdom and love via karma's loving embrace. If we find ourselves in situations that challenge us, karma asks of us, how can I see this differently? What can I learn from this situation? And if this is truly God's gift to me, what gift is hidden herein? What would my soul say to me about this? Karma is like a spiritual arm that reaches into physical material to share its truth of the unity of all things with us. Because non-duality isn't just a nice idea. It's the truth of this situation. And from this perspective, love is the logical choice because all is one. And every interaction I have all day, every day, is with myself. This image of the Buddha leading the wheel of karma. As I've studied karma, I've learned to interpret what this might mean. We can master our karma. We can be that golden man in the lead. We are no longer bound to rolling that wheel of karma and reincarnation. We no longer need to struggle and hold it. We can walk easily ahead and let karma just fall to the side behind us as we understand this soul's journey, as we understand what karma is. I'd like to end with this quote from Pierre Teilhard de Chardin. You are not a human being in search of a spiritual experience. You are a spiritual being immersed in a human experience. It is our duty as men and women to proceed as though the limits of our abilities do not exist. The world is round so that friendship may encircle it. The most satisfying thing in life is to have been able to give a large part of oneself to others. We are one, after all, you and I. Together we suffer, together exist, and forever will recreate each other. Our duty as men and women is to proceed as if limits to our ability did not exist. We are collaborators in creation. Love is the affinity which links and draws together the elements of the world. Love is, in fact, the agent of universal synthesis. Thank you very, very much. I'd like to offer deep gratitude as well to my teachers and those who have helped me with this Karma Talk. Ramji James Schwartz of shiningworld.com, Swamiji Svatmananda of svatmananda.org, Swami Paramartananda of Arshavidya, and marknewkirk.com, whose video What's Happening 1 has been very helpful. And Raymond Hollowell, the author of Working with the Law, and Sal Rakelli, the author of Soul Integration, and Self-Realization Fellowship of Paramahansa Yogananda for the karma and reincarnation definitions, and videographer Nicole Perron, Mark Newkirk, Ben Shavinsky. Thank you very, very much. Oh, and also, all the photos and artwork in this video, perhaps you'd like to see what else is on my website at www.hopeivesmoran.com. There's more inspirational words and images and ways of remembering our oneness. Thank you.